All right, good morning, people. Today we're looking at DMS here. It's looking okay, I guess. It's mostly in a downtrend for the morning so far. We've got Mogu here, which is slight uptrend, which is good to see. We had a nice run up here going from 213 to a high there of 289, so we've got a good range on that. INM again took a little bit of a jump, but we didn't see this as very playable yesterday. I'm not sure it will be playable today either. Yeah, it is out of the price range. IFBD here is also looking okay, I guess. We have a lot of okay things. It's 228 to $4 for the range here, but the realistic range is a lot less than that, and it looks like it's mostly downtrending right now. So hopefully that does pick back up. SWVL, so swivel, is again downtrending for the most part. I mean, we got a little bit of a run up here, but for the most part, yeah, it's been back down. Mara's been looking okay since this big jump here, 1350 to a high there of 1491. So the range is a little not great. And then we're also seeing a big downtrend here too. So the last thing I have is BKKT here. It's on an uptrend. Price action's not really there. Volume's not really there. We'll have to wait and see, I guess, basically what happens here. But we have a lot of things that kind of look okay, I guess, but not really. So maybe new things will pop up when the market opens, or maybe we'll see some of these start to actually turn into something playable, hopefully. I don't want to sit here for too long doing nothing, so let's hope that things start to move on open. Marin Hive, yeah. Yeah, same with I think BKKT as well. And what was the other one? Is Mogu? That's a banking company, right? Yeah, we could be seeing a slowdown from the Queen's death, I guess. That might have something to do with it. Okay, market should be opening here. Maybe Mogu will go for a run. Or it could just not move at all. Okay, moving on. DMS going down. We've got INM not really doing much. IFBD not really doing much. Swivel, same story. Mara so far heading down. We've got BKKT here. I guess that's a nice little shove up. But again, yeah, it looks like we're kind of just waiting right now. Mogu might be the best option to get into. Might be the only option to get into, really. So we should look for a position in Mogu. So probably going to go for about a 280 entry. Going to go for about 315 on that with a 275. 275, is that going to give us the room we need? No, we kind of need a below VWAP, so we're going to have to go 270. It's a little more than I'd like, but honestly, it might be what's necessary here. So we're going to see this hopefully turn down a little bit. Well, we saw it come down a little bit, but I'd like to get it down more. Honestly, if we wait for a pullback, we might actually see this below 280, and that means we could maybe move our stop down a little bit more as well. INM still heading down. We've got DMS not really doing anything still. IFBD looks like it might be making a return, so we're going to try and play the return on some of these. So IFBD, I'm going to go for about a 232 entry. You're going to go for about 250 and a 220. Give it a 226 stop. No, we need to give it less than that. We got to give it like 220. See, again, we're getting pretty far with this. So maybe if we aim for a little bit less than 232, then maybe 228 if we could. At least that brings it a little bit closer to the kind of risk management I want to see. But again, we look like we're going pretty high here, so that might not be completely in our realm of possibilities here. IFBD. If you have to get in and like move that stop loss up more, that's that's fine. It would just ideally be good to have a stop here at 220, so it would be great to have it here. It doesn't look like that's going to happen though. Got 238 here. That's so far the best we've gotten. So we had to dip down to that 280 mark on Mogu. So if you had an order to fill there, you most likely got your fill. Looks like it's might even come down a little bit further. Let's see it hit this VWAP. I want to see a VWAP bounce. 278, close enough. I'm going to buy in at around this price here. I got really low there, a lot lower than I thought. So 274, we could probably go with a 260, 266 stop. I don't think we'll need more room than that, and I think 274 is a good enough entry. Drop down to 273, might even go lower, but I think we might hold at this bottom band, or we have a support here, so I'm not too convinced that we're going to stop out on it or anything. We saw 247 there on IFDB, so depending where you got in here, that maybe it made sense to take some profits at 246, 247. I tried to scrape up a little bit there. I think I was a little shy. I didn't get quite as much as I wanted to off it, but so far so good. So take some profits, IFBD. Yeah, I was gonna say about 250, which is technically PT, so IFBD. We're already at 260. Okay. Looking good. What's Mogu doing? Mogu's down to that 270 area, so we're bottom band here, fighting with that support. Let's see if it holds. And just like that, IFBD all the way back down to 240. So hopefully you took some profits there at 260 because that was a nice jump. We're at 227 here. I'm going to go ahead and buy back in. Same kind of stop loss from that 227 area. IFBD. 220 could be hit fairly easily, but we can also make some good money on that if it comes back up. Stopping out on Mogu here. Looks like it's just going to continue to drop. IFBD dropped a little bit more down to 222 there, so you might have even squeaked out a better entry. I was going to say, I wouldn't move that stop down, though. If this starts to break down much further, it's going to be not something we really necessarily want to be in. Swivel not doing anything. Mara came back a little bit. BKKT is kind of moving, but yeah, I guess there's some volume behind it. I don't know. Not a lot of price action. E not doing anything. Let's see what else we got going on here. LMNR just halted and NEOV halted. So let's look at NEOV because that's more in our price range. Yeah, that's really not showing us a whole lot either, so never mind on that. We got CXM we could look at. Was up, heading down. We got AZRE. DMS, yeah, we got DMS. Nice return on DMS so far, but again, we're probably going to want to break through this area before we play. Ruby, again, we could take a look at. This one's looking okay, so I think I'm going to keep this one open. BKKTS might be playable. Looking for something that's really not. These are all like sort of playable. Oh, okay, so DMS is going to break through the zone anyway. So we could try a trade on DMS here. We could see how that goes. I'll look at Ruby in a second here. DMS about $2 would be about the entry point I'd want. We're going to aim for 220 on that with a 195 stop. Let's give it 194 stop. We'll give it the full 6 cents it needs, or it can have. So 194. That's DMS. Okay, so let's look at Ruby now. Yeah, Ruby's not looking too bad. Everything's on a slight downtrend today. It's crazy. BKKT aside, I guess. Swivel, still not really doing a whole lot. I still think IFBD could be a winner here, but we need to make sure it's not breaking down any further than this. So if it starts to break down further, we'll stay away. Mogu could also be a winner, but again, we're like kind of banking on this hitting some sort of support area. We're probably likely going to be about that 258 area, maybe 256 for an entry on that. DMS at 210 currently. Hit 214 there. INLX, we can take a look at that as well. All right, what's not looking good? I really don't think we're going to play Mara, so INLX. LMNR also halted, but it's, did I type that in right? INLX? Yeah, I did. Halted, halted where? Halted down? Halted up? Oh, I guess those are really big candles, 1040. Yeah. So it must have halted down and open, just halted up too. It's a little bit to go off of here. Not a lot of data, I guess. There's really no like support or resistance, and those candles are pretty big. So I mean, like good lotto play, I guess, in that sense. So if you jumped into a DMS here anywhere, about try to get at least 8 cents profit out of it, if not 10. So like 214, definitely a good area to take some profits. Pretty close to that, so just make sure you secure at least a little bit. Don't want this coming back down on us. Okay, so we're breaking through that resistance. We're running a little bit here, 216. That's a good place to take some. All right, so we got Mogu is looking like it's coming back, so I guess we'll try Mogu one more time here. This could be a dead cat bounce, but we want to kind of get in early on this. So 270, we're gonna go for 290, and then a 260. Kind of just need, again, we just need a 260. If you can get in lower, even better. Yeah, if you can get in lower, even better on this one. Not necessarily to have a bigger stop, but because we want to have a tighter stop. So 266. Half decent entry there. 260 is going to be our stop area, regardless of where we get in. DMS 215, we hit 217 there. IFBD is still kind of dropping, but I think this one is still in the realm that it could come back. It's just not quite happening yet. Ruby also with a nice recovery. AZRE not doing much. BKKT's not doing much. I'm going to keep this open for a couple minutes, but we'll have to see what happens with INLX here. Swivel, not a lot of hope here for this one. $1.76 to $1.84. I guess that's like an okay range, but again, I don't know. Some of the stuff we're playing today is just like pretty meh. All right, so we got down at 265. He could have gotten as low as 265, all the way back up to 274, I think. Yeah, 273. So when you have about 8 to 10 cents profit, you're going to want to take some. So we hit 217 twice on DMS. Yeah, Mogu is kind of climbing back just a little bit. 275 is going to be a good area to take some profits on that. DMS on its way back down a little bit here. Mogu's also coming back, and it looks like it's hitting this resistance area 274. So if you have to take profits at 274 instead of 275, that's definitely fine. Especially when you see you're hitting resistance. INLX not moving. BKKT's on its way down. AZRE is not doing anything. Ruby's, I think, has a possibility that it could keep going here. We could probably try it because we tried DMS at the same place and it worked out. So could be just that kind of day. So we'll go Ruby. We're going to look for about, we want to get like in that support area. So $1.29. We're going to aim for $1.40 and then $1.20, $1.25. We'll give it 4 cents. That should give us a fair bit of room. So hopefully that we get that. DMS all the way up to 224, so we can secure a little bit more here. We're up pretty good on this so far. IFDB is still dropping, so this is starting to get in that area where it's like, I don't think we're going to be playing this at least for a while. INM's not doing anything. Mogu's still kind of struggling on that resistance area. We are in a slight uptrend though. These are very, very nice looking candles. So hopefully that keeps up. Swivel with a nice breakout. So hopefully this can continue. Ruby still sitting around that 131 to 133 area. MACD starting to turn around, so I'm not quite sure we're going to want an entry on this. Azir looking good. BKKT bouncing. BKKT's actually got a little bit more price action now. I think it's picking up a little bit of traction here. DMS is looking okay. Mogu still kind of struggling. INM, I don't think we're playing INM, so I'm going to close that down too. Ruby at 130. We're going to have to see what this looks like at 129. Might get a slightly better entry if we just wait it out a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so INLX is probably not going to be playable. Yeah, I'm going to go with no. I'm going to go with no on that. Mogu down a little bit here. You're giving up on it? That might be the smart idea. It doesn't look like it's going very far. Volume's kind of dying. Oh, that's okay. It's always better to look and see what the opportunity is rather than just, brushing it off. I think the main thing I look for isn't even so much low float, because you can have high floats that move pretty good if it's got enough attention on it. It's more or less the price range. So like things between, 10 to anything higher than 10 really is not really, wow. Jackal, it's because you sold. I'm sorry. Just like that. Yeah, it is. I can't even hide it. It's totally you. Yeah. There you go. 279. That's another decent place to take a little bit of profit. All the way back down. All the way back down. He had just sold it also? Yeah. I was thinking about it, was waiting a couple minutes, but I squeaked away with a little more profit here. I've got a little bit left, so I'm not really too concerned if we run it to stop at this point, but yeah, that was kind of funny. DMS still sitting around that 220 area. Hit that 225 marker we were talking about to take profits on. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, stocks that are, good opportunities or not. Yeah, I think sometimes it's kind of hard to tell, so it's best to just take a look at most of it. Unless it's like a higher price. Unless it's a higher price and also moving very quickly. Like if you're in a $10 to $20 range and you're seeing like whole dollar movements, then it might be something we're interested in. But the percentage gains have to be looking pretty good on it. That's why I like the $1 to $2 areas, because like you can get like a 10-cent move, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good percentage wise. I'm curious to see if Mogu goes and completely breaks down from here. This shape is not necessarily the best, especially since we broke down a little lower, but it wasn't too much lower, so this might come back. IFDB still not coming back. We got DMS working its way back up to that 225. We might hit 227 resistance and break through. If we do, we need to see a push up to 235 before we'll hit that high a day. Azir kind of leaving with us. Ruby's down a little bit more here. We are past that VWAP. I think there's going to be an opportunity to buy in. I haven't bought in yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy in just yet. I think I might wait a little longer. So we'll see. If we can get this down far enough, I might feel a little bit better about just taking an entry on it. But right now, not the time. DMS still pushing. IC again. We could take a look at IC. Wow, it's almost 20 bucks now. Yeah, nice push all of yesterday. Actually, it's been pushing for quite some time here. This was definitely a good day too. Yeah, back when it was like $10, $11, yeah, see, it's not really like within the area I prefer to play, especially here, but if we see good enough movement, it might be worth it. Like if we're going from 18.30 to like almost 20 bucks, it's like maybe it's worth it, but we're also looking at 17 minutes already and it's only moved up, like maybe 5% or so. So it's okay. If we have other things to play, definitely would rather play that. Got a nice return there on Ruby, so I mean, it's looking a little more bullish. You could definitely take an entry here or somewhere around here. We'll see what happens. $1.28. I'm not going to move that stop though. I think I'm still going to use the same stop. Mogu back up. 274. DMS still seeing around that 220 area. Saw a slightly new high there, but nothing too much more. I remembered to mix my coffee this morning. We're at $1.33 on Ruby here, so we're doing pretty good. At $1.33, $1.34, we can actually look at taking some profit. Again, we're looking, I think, about 6 cents here, so nothing fantastic. It's a dollar range, though, so 6 cents is probably close to 4% here. IC hitting $20. Swivel on its way back down, so this is one that's actually breaking down. Mogu took another nice step up to that 280 level. Not really enough to warrant selling out yet, but we might get there. BKKT lost its volume. Going to close that down. $134. I think we can get higher, but we have to get higher than 135. We need to start to break out of this kind of downtrend. Yeah, I think there's going to be a little bit of resistance here at 135 for sure. We will see, though. Yeah, Mogu's kind of all over the place, isn't it? Looks like we're starting to break into a range, but well, look at that, 285, just like that. These candles go from being like doing nothing to just giant in seconds. Yeah, darn it indeed. Darn it indeed. We were looking for a lot more off this though. Well, not a lot more. We're looking for 290 this time, but originally we were looking for 315, but that's before, you know, we figured out how bipolar Mogu is. IFDB looks like it might start to curl up here. I'm not liking that the price action is still pointing down, but we have a MACD pointing up. There's kind of a little bit of dissimilarity there. Is that the word? Dissimilarity? I'm not even sure if that is a word. I'm pretty sure that's a word. 288, we're pretty close to that 290 PT actually. Divergence, that's probably the proper word for it, yeah. 290 right there. I know dissimilarity is a word. I don't know if it's the right word. That's PT on Mogu. So we're going to take out the last, or most of the last bit here, and then we're just going to leave a little bit, see what happens with it. Could see some crazy high number, or we might not, who knows. Ruby back down to 233. We do have to break this resistance at some point. IC's up another 19, 20 cents. Okay, anything new? Not really. DMS is getting most of the alerts for highest volume, like 30 times its normal volume. So that's definitely good. We're not seeing much movement in DMS right now, which is kind of the issue. Sold a little early? Well, that's okay. I wouldn't say you're the only person to sell a little early. DMS dropped down to VWAP, so I think this is going to be our opportunity right here to maybe jump in. DMS, 214. We're going to go for that 230 area. And then maybe just a 210 stop. That's going to be pretty tight, actually. If you get it a little lower, you could move that stop loss a little lower. I don't want to risk too much on it, though. What did I just do? DMS. I hit way too many wrong buttons at the same time there. 210. Okay, so we're hoping for that curl up on DMS. Mogu's still seeing around that 280 area. IFBD's not really doing much. Swivels down. It's actually broken down lower than where it was at before. If we see a bounce here, this could be a potential play, and we might actually see that bounce because MACD is pretty low. But So far, it looks like it's just going to continue down past that support area, which is kind of concerning. We'll see. We'll see. We'll give it a minute. Azure is still kind of pushing here. It's kind of just doing its own thing. There's hasn't really been enough movement to make me want to really jump in on it. Ruby's still saying they're doing nothing. We're up almost another 10 cents on IC. And Mogu is still in that 280 zone. DMS moved its way back up to 220 from 214, so we're almost at that range. 224 we could probably take some, and that would be okay. All right, so let's see if DMS can make a good move up to 224. So that's going to be our area we want to take some profits at, around this area. Mogu, the next step I'd like to see out of it is probably $3 to take the remainder out. And Ruby, we're likely to break down a little bit on Ruby for a consolidation, but I don't think it's going to hit that stop. ATHX, let's take a look. Almost the exact same pattern as Azure. Put them like side by side, and you can almost, it's like almost mirror image. There's just a little bit less candles here on ATHX. Yeah, also looking about the same goodness as Azure here. The range is 258 to almost $3. So I actually like this one better than Azure for that reason. It's cheaper. So you get a little bit more bang for your buck here. I would like to wait for a decent sized pullback. I mean, some would argue this is a decent sized pullback down to 278. And they might be right, but it's kind of hard to say because I'd like to see it down at VWAP, but I'm not quite sure that's going to be a level we can reach. Around 221? Yeah, probably. Yeah. We'll see what happens here. These bands are tightening, so it's most likely going to consolidate for a while. DMS pushing back up to that 285 area. Yeah, Mogu with the nice VWAP bounce. A little too high for an entry here, I think, on Mogu, because we haven't really seen it push up too much higher than that 290 area. And that was kind of a one candle scenario. So from like that 275, I mean, like, I guess that's still about 15 cents. So Mogu did great, yeah. So much more spotty on ATHX. Do you have data plans on it? That would be my guess, is that you don't have data plans. That would be why. So you need to get your data plans. Otherwise, the candles are not going to be forming properly, and they're going to be like a minute delayed. So it's just not going to look the same. So you would just go. Where the hell do you go now? They changed everything. Oh, here you go. Accounts and billing. When you go to accounts and billing, there'll be yeah, it's a necessity. It's only like $6 a month. Yeah, it's about $6 a month, I think. You just need New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, and you don't really need ARCA, but I have ARCA just because occasionally there's like one thing we're playing that has it. We're almost up at 140 on Ruby here, so we can start to look at taking some more profits. Yeah, DMS looking good as well. We're hitting that 225 area, so we're taking profits there as well. Taking profits on Ruby 138 and DMS 224. And both have runners, of course. But yeah, we hit a good area there on DMS. And definitely on Ruby, we definitely made a little bit more there on Ruby, so that's good. They're actually pretty well in profits on Ruby as it is. We're in that 226 area on DMS again. But yeah, you definitely want those data packages on TradingView. Otherwise, like anything you chart and try to use TradingView for trading for, it's always going to be delayed and you're not going to get proper entries or exits. It's definitely something you want. Especially if you're using it for charting and then you're going onto a different screen for, actually trading. It there's such a big price difference in how things are forming, it could just look totally off. DMS back down quite a bit here. If it hits this VWAP line, we may be re-entering for another trade. Mogu still looking okay here. We moved back up to that 290 area, so I mean we're still waiting on $3 to take out the last little bit. Zero working its way to $6. ATHX not really doing a whole lot of anything here. Looks like that volume's died back down to nothing, so we're not going to be touching that most likely. Ruby still sitting up pretty high. Let's see here. GovX. Oh, I haven't heard GovX in a while. Let's take a look at GovX. Yeah, GovX really moving today. We saw that going from $1.10, well, $1.20, $1.10 to $1.25 isn't like huge by any means, but I mean it's not looking bad. That bottom band looks really weird to me. Nice drop there. Not sure it's quite at the time to buy in. Again, waiting for at least a VWAP bounce on this, I think. We'll have to wait and see though. So Ruby back up to that 138 area. We've got Mogu still sitting up there. DMS still sitting around that 218, 220 area. We saw up to 228 on DMS. I mean, that does slightly break through that resistance, but we still have room to go before we hit that high a day, and that's when we should start to actually see it. Mogu hit 290, yeah. Hit it a couple times, yeah. Yeah, it came very close to stopping us out a couple times, but paid off in the end. GovX does look okay. I mean, it could be worth it. At 120, it might be worth it. So the only problem is, I mean, you could probably give it a 117, maybe 116 if you're really stretching your stop loss. 116 is actually not that bad. So yeah, I think it's would be okay to jump in on GovX here at 120 to 130 and then a 116 stop. This is one of those ones where I'm going to be kind of strict on getting in. I don't really want to get in much higher than that. We can actually just move this line up to that 120 area because that's where we want to see an entry for this. And then our stop loss would be here. Oops, didn't mean to make that orange. That's weird. Mogu on its way down. Yes, I still use IBKR for the most part. I have been trying to get used to Trade Zero. It's kind of a slow process. It's not too bad though. It's a pretty decent brokerage. It's got its flaws though. Yeah, it's not bad. Like its executions are fast. The range thing, yeah, I still haven't really had enough time to really play around with it to figure it out. But it's not bad. I like the fact that the hotkeys are like just kind of right there on the screen and you can hit whatever. I don't like that there's no percentage stop loss. That kind of pisses me off a little bit, but I got to cancel the order and sell if I have the range on my order. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of annoying, isn't it? I'm pretty sure you can set up, you just have to set up another hotkey for that to cancel the open orders. But it's just another key you have to hit. It's kind of annoying. There's just some things that they could definitely make small changes on that would make it so much better. GovX looks like it's going for it here. I was hoping for about 120 on GovX, but we might not get that. DMS looking like it might curl up here. Is that your hand-drawn line? Yeah, I think Mogu's getting ready to go. Either that or we're breaking into a range here and it's going to drop back down. Either way, we'll figure it out pretty quick, hopefully. They might have that. They probably, if you're on DAS Trader, I'm pretty sure DAS Trader has percentage stops. Most brokerages actually have percentage stops. And what I find really weird about TradeZero is they have percentage sells. Oh yeah, MedVed. Yeah, TradeZero has percentage sells, but they don't have percentage stops. And it just makes no sense to me why they could have one and not the other when it's almost the same thing. It's pretty much the same thing. Finally broke $6 on zero. TradeZero? I don't think so. Oh no, there is. There is. You can get a demo account. The problem is they don't transfer the live data over, which is again not super useful. It's okay if you want to test things out, I guess, but if like you're practicing trading, it's no good. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So if you want to do paper trading, you'll have to use Trading Sim or IBKR, or I guess you could do it on TradingView even. Yes. So if you get live trading on IBKR, it does transfer to the paper trading, which is nice. You have to have at least $500 in the account. But I think that's the only thing. If you have 500 bucks in the account and you have your live data turned on, you can link it to your paper account. I don't remember how to do that. I have it set up on mine, but I can't remember for the life of me how to do it because it was a while ago. But you can do it. I think you have to go on their website and then there's like a tab under your settings where you can link it. Definitely. Well, I mean, you didn't really, honestly, it was a good day to be late because there wasn't really a whole lot going on early on. And like even looking at the pre-market, I almost was like, I'm just going back to bed. Everything was kind of downtrending this morning, which I mean, to be expected with the queen dying, I guess, and stuff. However, that's going to affect things, I'm not really sure. Other than we won't have the Brits trading with us for a couple days. Is it a couple? It's like 12 days, I think. Or something like that. I can't remember. I don't know what they got some crazy rules. GovX at 130 here. 10, I thought. Maybe it's 10. I know the funeral is exactly 9 days after she dies. And on that day, there's some person who has to make an announcement, and then Prince Charles becomes King Charles, and then they have to swap all their money over to his face. Man, it's a lot. Good thing she lived so long, because this would have been a pain earlier. DMS also looking good, yep. I didn't take a re-entry on it. I'm still holding a little bit of DMS. Mogu's going for that breakdown. So is Ruby. GovX still sitting around that 130 area. King Charles. She's buried on the 9th day. Yeah, okay, I was pretty accurate there actually, for not being a Brit and not knowing like anything about it. The money transfer. She lived a long life. GovX really going here. Did anyone get an entry on GovX? Got to transfer those stacks, yep. So how does that work? Does your money leave circulation and they just print a whole bunch of new money? She was 95, I think. So I don't know what the math is there. 96? Nice, nice. That's a pretty ripe old age. She definitely saw some stuff, did some stuff. 1922. Man, that's old. That's a long time ago. DMS did go for it. Yeah, we're up here 238 currently. I'm gonna go ahead and take some more profits here. Or take some profits here. I didn't realize we actually haven't taken any profits on this yet. Take some profits. DMS. Didn't we take profits on this? I thought we did. Yeah, we did take profits. I'm nuts. I don't know what the hell's going on here. DMS 236. Yeah, we were supposed to. True, yeah, they maybe they got a jump start on it. But that would also be really weird. I feel like that's really weird. You just preemptively like, you're gonna die someday, so we're gonna start printing someone else's face on some notes. It just seems weird to me. GovX keeps climbing past PT, yeah. So if you got in, you're doing really good on PT. I'd suggest scaling out here. Because technically that's GovX. Make some profits here for sure. Because well past PT at this point, I think. Not well past, a couple cents past, I guess. No, you know what? I call that well past at a dollar stock. Definitely well past. What else we got going on? Nothing there. No. So we can close down IFBD. We're not going to be playing that. We're not going to be playing Swivel. Probably not going to be playing Azure, but I'm having fun watching it. Mogu is a possibility. Ruby is down pretty bad right now, so I don't think we're going to be touching that yet. And DMS, we're still holding on to a tiny bit here. I think we're topped out, though. So if you're holding on to anything substantial, I'd be looking to cut it. I think it's definitely going to come down. If they could print some good weather, yeah. No kidding. Yeah, I got into GovX. I was a little high, though. I FOMO'd into it. I got in like 4 cents higher. But in the grand scheme of things, it honestly didn't really make much of a difference. Because we're at 136 currently. We actually hit 137 there. It could even keep going, so we'll see. Yeah, Mogu's dumping. Maybe a 200 EMA bounce. Oh man, I need a nap. The nice thing about being a trader full time is your only like actual commitment is like whenever you're actually going to trade, and besides that, you can kind of work whenever you want. So might just go take a nap after this. You're on vacation, yeah. Man, I feel like you guys are always on vacation. I don't know how you do it. I'm never on vacation. I take like an extra day off and I'm stressing. It's weird. But I also want to retire in like 5 years. So I don't want to be, I want to have all my weekend time very soon and forever. Ruby's definitely heading down here. It looks like it's just touching that stop. I don't think we have anything, I have anything left in it, but yeah, I don't think this is looking good. What will I do when I retire? I'll probably still trade, but maybe not religiously like now. Maybe it'll be like 3 days a week or something. I don't know. I'll probably trade every day. I'll get FOMO. I'll see something running and I'll be like, yeah, I have to go trade. Maybe I'll just do it off a laptop on the beach. Even if I lose money, don't matter. Just there to trade. You get 6 weeks from work. Not, you're home, yeah. What else do I do? Not a whole lot, really. Right now, it's all work. All work, no play. Yeah. Mostly, I'm either building courses, putting content on the internet, trading, doing stuff with my dogs. Yep, that's pretty much it. I'd say like work is like 99% of my time though. Maybe not 99. That's a little dramatic. Maybe like 85. Not including sleep time, of course. Man, nothing's really doing much right now. There's not a whole lot of new entries to take, and we're only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're only 8 trades in, and we've got 22 minutes. 28 minutes, sorry. 18 minutes. Wow, my math is just way off today. So yeah, we're just gonna be hanging out for a little bit here, waiting for something good to happen, I guess. Yes. Are you doing it on NinjaTrader? So you go and you open up a new chart, and you go under the tabs, you find ES, and it'll have the new date on it. So don't take it from like your quick select tab or whatever that it has pulled up. You have to actually go into the drop down menu, and it'll have the new rollover date on it. 20 years, you need to get out of the country, man. That's a long time. I get hassled if I don't like do something yearly at least. People take care of my mental health for me. Thailand. I think Thailand's really nice. Actually, you know what? You can find beauty in almost any part of the world, so it doesn't really matter where you go. Just getting away from your normal surroundings is good. London, Paris, yeah. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but fuck it. It's fuck it. I'm calling it that. Mira, Phuket. Okay. Almost at 140 on GovX. Phuket. IMRA. Oh yeah, IMRA might be running today. That's a good thing to check out. It's not doing too bad. $2 to 230 or 223 here, so that's not a terrible range, I guess. Phuket. Is it super touristy? It's fairly touristy, yeah. There's lots. Honestly, anywhere in Thailand's really nice. Even like the not nice places there are still pretty nice. You can. I wanna retire there. GovXO's inching up. Was the entry based on the MACD? Like not really. The entry was mostly based on FOMO. Um, well, right before we were looking at 120, which was on VWAP, right? So that's what we were originally going for, but then it got up to, I don't know, I think it went all the way up to 127, then back down to 122, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get in on this if it, because it's like fairly close to what I wanted for an entry, and I was being a little stubborn with it, so I figured I'd jump in, and by the time I FOMO'd in, it was a little late. I was like 140, 124. The Greek islands, definitely. Yeah. Non-existent. It's not really here in Canada as far as I know either. There's an article published saying, "Oh, we have immunity to all COVID variants now," or something. I don't know. 145. I'm gonna take a little bit more profit here because we're up like big on GovX. More profit on GovX. 145. No, I'm not vaccinated. Being work from home and me being, wouldn't say conspiracy theorist, but skeptical about the government wanting our well-being, and the fact that I don't like being told what to do. All those things put together made me not do it. Yeah. I didn't have a reason. The only reason was the fact that they were going to take everything away from people. Like they were going to start fining us if we didn't have it, which again didn't matter to me. They took away the fact that I couldn't go to the gym, which kind of pissed me off, but I just got home gym stuff. And then they kicked me out of restaurants for it, which is again fine. I'll just order out. Doesn't matter to me. 153 on GovX. So if you didn't take a little bit of profit earlier on that, definitely be doing it now. Yeah, my sister had to give vax too because she's a nurse. What, got COVID a year ago? People thought you were crazy for wearing a mask last year. Yeah. Yeah, it is squeezing shorts. I think it could go even higher here. I'm still holding a little bit. I'm hoping that we hit at least 160 on it. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? They were kind of coercing people into, you know, getting rid of their jobs and stuff. So like you can't really blame anybody for taking it. Um, like even if it wasn't something that even if it's something you don't really believe in that it was going to help you or something, like if they're going to take away your job and all that kind of stuff, it's just not worth not doing it. So, yeah, some people had to get it. Like they didn't actually have a choice. Biggest gain in 1 month. That was last month, 5.5 million. Biggest trade in a day. I don't actually know, actually. I'm not sure what the biggest trade would have been. I don't actually keep track of individual trades like that very closely. Um, the biggest trade percentage wise was probably Wafu, I think, like last year. I think I got like almost 100% on it. How to get it for college sports? Yeah. Yeah, it was a nice little. It could be consolidating here. It'll probably come down to VWAP and continue its run. So I'm still going to hold on to my little bit of shares here. Yeah, my fiance got the shots for her work and stuff, so she's vaccinated. But we both, and the interesting thing is we both got COVID, except she got like really sick and I didn't really get sick at all. I think there was like one day where I was like on the couch the whole day. Besides that, I was like doing all my normal stuff. It wasn't really that bad. Where she was like bedridden for a week. But I naturally have like a really strong immune system. Like I almost never get sick. With the shots, yeah. Yeah, the shots made a lot of people sick. And now they're telling people who got the shots they're not really supposed to be flying because you're at a higher risk of not was it strokes? I can't remember. Something to do with maybe it was strokes. I'm not sure. You got it 3 times. Yeah, they made you get the booster. People are like on their. I think someone was on their eighth shot. It was on the news. Some old lady was on her eighth shot. Then he had to get vaccinated for work. Blood clots, yeah. So whatever causes, or whatever that causes, I guess maybe strokes. Could cause a heart attack. Maybe it's a heart attack. I'm not sure. I don't know. That's mostly women. See, that's also scary. And why is it mostly women? Like what? Like what's the logic behind that? Like our anatomy's a little different, yeah, but I would assume fairly similar. I think I did hear that though, that it's mostly women. Yeah, maybe it's the hormones. DMS still looks good. I like this pattern that we're playing out here. Still holding some DMS for this last little bit, but we haven't really seen any new highs here, so nothing's really worth it. I feel like APRN always pops up. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. It did cross the VWAP here, so you'll be crossing another resistance zone here. And then you're going to have a big one at 770. I don't think it's going to get past it. It has like slowly been climbing over the last week. And it's very consistent. Like you can see a dip on open almost every single day. This one's not a good example. Neither is this one actually, but three out of the 5 days here, all dips. So GovX is still possibly going. Mogu might be curling, yep. I don't really. We have to use our 10-day trace. There's just not a chance we're not going to. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you know what? Let's jump back in on Mogu. Because I don't want to leave free cash on the table. when we're on a cash account. So we might as well take the chance here. Probably 266, not 366, 266 to 280, and then a 260 stop loss, 6 cents. Yeah. Might even get a little lower than 266 here on Mogu. And then we have one more trade that we can take, and we should probably open a position here fairly soon. I'm just not sure on what. DMS could be a possible good play. IMRA, and what, 213 to 220, so the range is pretty slim on that. We're at 150 on GovX right now, so we don't want to buy in on that again quite yet. You know what, though? If it comes down to 141, I'm thinking that could be a good alert, so I kind of want to go with that. GovX 151, go for 170. We're gonna go for a crazy number here, and then a 140. So wait, if we're at no, we're not going for 151. My bad. We're going for 141. I almost really messed that up. We'll go for 460 or 160. My numbers are all over the place here. And then a 137 stop, I think, would be pretty fair. Let's go 137. We're hoping for the bounce here, so we don't really need a huge stop loss. So that's GovX. Okay, so we are actually bouncing nicely so far. That MACD still pointed down, but that could come back up. These bands are closing in pretty tight, so that's also not necessarily the worst sign in the world. We're up a couple cents here on Mogu, so that's good. And then DMS is something else we're holding a little bit of, but we think we might have to get rid of that soon. Is GCVX GCVX? Oh, GovX. Right, that's what you're saying. GovX. I'm hoping it bounces here. It very well could come down on us, which is why we have a fairly tight stop. I don't really want to give it too much room. So slow. Everything is so slow. We can get rid of a zero on this because we're not going to be playing that. Same with ATHX, I don't think. IMRA, there's a possibility, so I'll leave that open for now. We can talk about that in a minute. Same with Ruby. I do think that we're in an area here where this is going to turn around, so this could be another good potential play. And then I think DMS is definitely waiting to take off here. It did make a big move, yep. It sure did. How can I follow him? Is this real? Yes, it's real. Am I real? I'm real. I don't know if you're real. Hang on, I'll grab you a link though, because if you maybe some people think it's not real because it's like lagging behind. What did I click here? So that's the Discord. So if you get the elite membership there, there's no delay on the live. So that's probably why you're thinking this must be a recording or something. I am not. I know I'm real. I think anyway. I hope so. It'd be kind of awkward if I wasn't. But awkward for who? Wouldn't be awkward for me because I wouldn't be there. It's all simulation, yeah. No, they can't. I don't know why Discord just stopped popping up on the thing, and then I really couldn't be bothered to try and fix it. Plus, since we were doing the whole like you seeing my face thing, there's a lot of stuff going on the screen, so now they can just think I'm talking to myself. Which I mean, half the time I am, but there's sometimes I'm actually answering people. Yeah, the plays are very fast. You have to. It's something that takes a little bit of practice, definitely, probably even more than a little bit of practice. I feel like I'm selling it. Um, but yeah, you need to practice. I suggest paper trading first. Being on the YouTube live, it's okay. You can probably catch some of the plays. I think, by the time you get the alert, because it's about 40 seconds or 45 seconds behind, it can be definitely too late on some plays. Other times it might even save you a little bit. Nice, nice. You're only a little bit down, so that's the best part. But yeah, you definitely, I would say practice. If you want to get good at it, you would want to join the Discord. Um, Elite's probably your best bet. We do offer courses on it and stuff on teaching people how to day trade, and mentorship programs. And we trade more than penny stocks. We've got options, we got crypto, futures. We kind of do it all here. So that's your best bet if you want to actually learn how to day trade like this, or really any type of trading. We can pretty much teach you all of it. 25 bucks down. Yeah, you know what? For a Friday, that's not bad. And things have been pretty slow, so GovX is back down to that 141 area. Looks like it's tanking a little bit here. MACD's just crossing at the same time as VWAP, so that's a bad sign. So we should probably cut our losses. Hey, I actually made a cent there. I got in at 140 last time, and I just got out at 141. So technically, I made a penny, made a cent. Actually, made $2 because I've got 200 shares, 210 shares. So still technically a win. Could have made a little bit more though if I actually sold when it was up instead of just, selling because I was scared. Mogu's back to that 270 area. I'm going to take a little bit out here because I might not be watching it too closely once I get off live. So don't want to get stuck holding too much and then forgetting about it and hitting stop on it. So 270, 271, somewhere around here is probably a good place to take our cut. Besides that, I'm going to go over the tracker quickly and then we'll hop off for the day. So as far as the money board is concerned, we're up 160 bucks today. So 2.8%. Did not even pay for dinner last night, but that's okay. We'll get there. We almost made $1,000 this week. So honestly, that's pretty good. Got, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, 6 days here. So in just over a week, we made almost $1,000, and that'll continue to grow over the next couple weeks here. We'll start seeing, consistently $300 days soon, and then we'll probably start picking up from there. Our win rate right now is still 75%, so we didn't go up or down on the win rate. We're actually exactly where we would like to be. So it's looking not too bad there. We're up 18% on the account this week. And as far as the trade summary goes, we only got 59% gains today. But we didn't take too much in losses. GovX was definitely a good play, 21%. This one, we actually scraped a penny, so it's technically a win. And Mogu, this one, we still hold some Mogu, so I'm not saying that's what the percentage is going to be tomorrow, because I'm probably going to hopefully close it higher. I don't know where we're at right now, but we're, good chance that we close it higher. Besides that, there's not a whole lot. Oh, crap, what did I do? Never mind, fixed it. This is why I don't play around with Excel sheets. Besides that, yeah, I mean, we did okay. Couple stops, but nothing too bad. Hopefully you guys made some money today. No, I'm closing it higher today. If I said tomorrow, I meant today. I'm definitely not holding it overnight. Um, I just mean if you check tomorrow, which is the weekend, so you shouldn't be checking the tracker. You shouldn't be trading on weekends. But even though you technically could, there's crypto and futures kind of swaps over on the weekends. But yeah, besides that, guys, hopefully you guys made some money today, and I'll see you students tomorrow because I think our meeting is tomorrow. I think so. Last week was Friday. Yeah. So you've been green for that's not bad. That's almost that's 20 days or so. 21 days? I think it's 21 days. So that's pretty good. But yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow and I'll see the rest of you guys on Monday. Take care, guys.